Alright guys, hi, welcome back. Today I have for you 8 tips for a better video call photo shoot. Let's get started. Alright, so my first tip is to be direct with your model. Don't be mean, be direct. There's a difference. This is new to everyone, including your model, right? We don't normally do photo shoots over a video call or FaceTime or whatever you're using. Help direct them on camera angles, right? Especially, they don't normally take the photo of themselves, so they might not know the best way to have the camera angled, but that's your area of expertise, right? You're normally the one taking a photo, so help them out with where to place the camera. Also, be direct with them in poses. If you have an idea, don't be afraid to express it with them, just like you would in a regular shoot. And don't forget to be polite, don't be mean. Number 2, ask the model to show you the space around them beforehand if you're not already familiar with it. Now for me, I was already familiar with Henley's space since I've been to her house before and we've hung out before. But you might not be familiar with the space the model is in, and so you should ask them to show you around so you can find out the best places to take a photo. By asking them to show you the space around them, you can find out the best angles and positions for the camera, just as you would do when you're going location scouting. My third tip is to set up how you're going to shoot beforehand. There are 2 main ways that you can shoot. You can either take screenshots, which is what I did when I did with Henley because I figured that would be easiest for my situation, or you can set up your camera, either you can hold it or you can put it on a tripod to take the photo of your screen. There are benefits to both, so you just have to figure out which one works best for you. If you're going to use a camera, especially on a tripod, be sure to set up the tripod and the computer and the camera and everything beforehand. Figure out the distance you want the tripod to be from your computer and everything like that, so you can set it up beforehand, making things easier and when you actually start shooting, and that way your model doesn't have to wait for you. If you're shooting on your computer, be sure you know how to take a screenshot on your computer before you start shooting. Alright, number 4 is to use props. Ask your model if they have any fun props that you guys could use, and if you have a specific idea in mind, don't be afraid to ask them hey, do you have this prop that we can use? In my video, I asked Henley if she had a book that we could use as a prop, and she did. So there's no harm in asking. The worst they can say is no, and that's okay. Right? Just like in real life, you'd bring props along with your shoot just to add a little extra, or you would add something in the foreground to add a little extra. And you can apply those same kinds of techniques here. You just have to be more direct with your model and let them know what's going on in your head. My 5th tip is to use different angles. I feel like when you're shooting through a screen, it can feel kind of limiting. I feel like it's easy to get stuck in this is the angle I'm using and that's it. Your model can move their camera, creating those different angles. So this is better if they're using a more portable device like a smartphone or tablet, because it's easier to move around and perch on different things and stuff like that. But you can also use a computer too. You can tilt your computer screen and things like that. You can definitely find ways to use different angles in your shoot. So you can ask your model to move their camera around based on what you know about the space. You can direct them on how to angle it or position the camera, and don't be afraid to experiment with it. Just try your best. Number 6, don't be afraid to be creative and try different things. You could try having your model hold the camera instead of having it propped up on something. That way you can go above or you can go below, or you can try different things out that way. That's one thing you can try. Props, like I said before, different angles, there's all sorts of things that you can try. If you have ideas, don't be afraid to share them with your model and try to accomplish them and do them. If you can't do them, that's okay. Not everything works out, but those ideas might work out, they might turn out great, or they might lead to better things, right? That leads me to my 7th tip, which is don't be afraid of failure. There are gonna be mistakes made, and that's okay. Also, your ideas might not work out. You might not have the prop you need, or the angle might not look as good as you thought it did. And that's okay. It's all part of trying something new. But that doesn't mean that it won't work out in total. That failure of that one idea might lead to inspiration for something else that might turn out even better than the other idea might have. You never know. And you won't know unless you try. And it's better to try than to be afraid of failing. And my 8th tip is just try to enjoy it. It'll be so much better if you can laugh at yourself if you make a mistake, and if you can try new things and just have fun with it. This is new, you're experimenting, just have fun with it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more content like this, vlogs, photography, videography, and all sorts of stuff like that. And peace. And I'll see you guys next time.